In relational data modeling theory, each entity needs a primary key. Each primary key value uniquely identifies an object. Early releases of Teradata followed the rules of relational data modeling tightly and did not allow row duplicates in a table. At that time, the concept of multiset tables did not exist. As a logical data modeler, we anticipate duplicate rows only in the physical data model. From a business point of view, we can't imagine a scenario where we would need to store row-level duplicates. Data cleansing as part of the ETL or ELT chain is, in our opinion, the correct approach to deal with row duplicates. When the ANSI standard allowed the storage of row duplicates, Teradata allowed it too. The ANSI standard view on duplicates forced Teradata to introduce multiset tables, which can store row duplicates. The background described before should clarify why Teradata creates multiset tables by default in ANSI mode and set tables in Teradata mode. Let's next discuss the technical differences of set and multiset tables. In contrast to the Teradata multiset table, set tables forbid duplicate rows inserted with an insert statement or created with an update statement. Teradata returns an error message if we try to insert duplicates. I have prepared an example set table I will use to demonstrate this behavior. I'll select from the table to show you what it looks like. As you can see, it is empty. Next, I will insert a row with randomly selected data. As expected, this works without any problems. But when I try to insert an identical second row, I get an error message. As you can see, duplicate row error in dwhpro.table1_set. However, there is another way without the attempt to insert duplicates leading to an error, which I will show you next. First, I delete our test table so that we have the same starting situation as before. With this query, I create two identical rows in a subquery. We can easily check this by executing only the select part of the SQL statement. Then we execute the insert statement, and as you can see, we get no error message. Let's look at the contents of the table. As you can see, only one row was inserted, the second row was discarded. So this is something to watch out for when trying to insert duplicates into a set table. I keep seeing set tables being used this way to remove duplicates. This is not a good idea and only hides possible errors in the SQL logic. Suppose the table is changed to a multiset table at some point. In that case, the primary key check will suddenly be triggered because there are unexpectedly key duplicates. If there are row duplicates, these are automatically also key duplicates. So we have to be careful here. As you know, one of the main interests of DWHPro is performance tuning. So let's see how set and multiset tables do in terms of performance. To prevent duplicates from being inserted into the set table, Teradata uses the so-called duplicate row check. The more rows with identical primary index are inserted into a set table, the worse the performance becomes. In fact, it gets exponentially worse, because all rows with the same hash value have to be compared with the new row to prevent row duplicates. You can prevent the duplicate row check by defining a unique index on the table. This can be a unique primary index or a unique secondary index. All these problems you don't have with a multiset table. So again, let's look at an example directly on Teradata. We use two tables that are completely identical, except that one is defined as a set table and the other as a multiset table. The content is completely identical and also everything else is really the same. I first set a query band to find the log entries in the query log later. Then I insert 10,000 rows into the set table. As you can see, this only takes a few seconds, but keep in mind that we are testing with small tables here. Finally, we do the same for the multiset table. The runtime of the insert statement is much lower, which is already a first hint, because my workload is the only one on the system. Next, Let's turn off the query band and force Teradata to write the query log immediately from the cache to the query log table with the command flush query logging with all. As a last step, we execute a query on the query log and compare the results of both insert statements. As you can see, the Multiset version uses 89% less IOs and 78% less CPU seconds. I hope this is reason enough for you to plan your table design carefully in the future and either secure set tables with a unique index or use multi-set tables at all. Under no circumstances should set tables be the means of choice to filter unwanted duplicates. This brings us to the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave us a like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to receive regular updates about our latest videos. If you have any questions about the content of this video or anything else you want to tell us, leave us a comment below. I also recommend you visit our website www.dwhpro.com, where you can study countless articles about Teradata for free. See you soon.